What's up, Lions Nation? It is We Are Lions Nation podcast live Tuesday night. It's our game recap show, and we are here. We're live. We got the Stat Man rocking his brand new We Are Lions Nation gear. We got the Stat Man shirt and the We Are Lions Nation podcast hat. Look at that hat. Man, beautiful. Beautiful.
That's dope.
And we got Smoking Jeremy B, of course, in the house as well.
What's up?
We got a lot to talk about tonight, fellas. I mean, if you caught the reaction show, I mean, we went over some of the things already, but we still got some stuff that we're going to hit on tonight. A couple news things that I want to talk about. We got our Who You Got results. We're going to see where we are, where we stand after last week. We got Smoking Jeremy B's hot or cold players. All that and much more coming up tonight. But first, boys, that countdown, it begins
now.
Oh, and we are back. God, I love that intro. Thank you, the one and only Kurt Steele, for getting that done for us. Hey, let's see who's popping in the comments. We got
already
Craig Jockman saying invite. Craig, we will get you. We have our fan show, buddy, tomorrow night. We could possibly get you in on that. Just send us a message, one of us a message, and we will definitely be willing to look into doing that. We got Charles McCain popping in saying good evening all. What's up, Charles? Thanks for stopping.
How's it going, Charles?
What's up, Charles? Good to see you again.
All right, real quick. Remember, everyone, please, if you have not yet, hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. We are on our march to 1,000. Currently at 104 subscribers, working our way up there. And please like the show. That helps as well with our YouTube stuff. So please make sure you're doing that and share with all your Lions friends. We do appreciate all the support we've been getting so far. Let's keep it going. Let's see what's going on here. We got Crazy Ken stopping in the house.
Boy.
Tonight. Crazy
Ken. Hey.
And we got who I'm assuming is none other than Chicken Nugget King. Popping in saying, what's up, guys? Hey, Chicken Nugget, man, you got to put your name
What's up,
there,
fella?
Man.
What's going on with Chicken Nugget?
And then we have Bolt Fan 44 saying, hey, guys, what's up, Bolt Fan? Thanks for stopping in.
Hey, how's it going, Bolt Fan?
All right. So, boys, let's start it out. Let's do it right now. Let's check out our Who You Got results from last week. Our picks are in. Let's take a look. So, as of right now, the primetime showdown, the nation is sitting at 11-7. But guess what? We are Lions Nation podcast, guys. We are catching up to the nation right now at 10-8. So, turning it around. And then us, the We Are Lions Nation podcast picks. I am at 47-46. Statman sitting at 51-42. And Smoking Jeremy B whopping 60-34. So Smoking Jeremy B still kicking it. But we had the nation this week went 2-1. We went 2-1 in the primetime picks. I went 8-5, and Statman 9-5, and JB went 7-7 this week. So JB a little bit of a down week for you, my friend. A little bit down.
It happens. It's still 50%. That's good for me.
I caught up 2 games.
I think there was a few. I had a few picks I probably shouldn't have made, and I think that.
Don't you mean 8-6? There was 14 games. You can't be 8-5.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's written down.
He was 8-6.
Yeah.
Yep.
I read the wrong one.
Hey, you still did better than me this week. You caught up one more.
I did. Yeah. So
one at a time. By the end of the season, you'll be one behind me.
We're gonna. I picked some bad picks this week, but we all, I think, were pretty surprised when it came to that Titans game last night. Not one of us picked the Titans to win. The nation didn't even pick the Titans to win. So
I know.
everybody was quite surprised in that one. For sure.
I just wanted Henry to do good and the Titans to lose.
Did.
And I had him on my fantasy team, so he rocked out for me and got me that dub.
Hey, so the Browns. Brown played well too last night, and he hasn't been lately, so that helped me out a lot too. We got Quinn Cook saying, "Invite me, fellas." Hey, Quinn, we'll definitely try to get you for the Fan Zone show tomorrow night. We will definitely hit you up for that. Thanks for popping in, Quinn Cook. All right, boys, let's take a look at some of the recent things in the news today. The Lions looking to acquire, some of you may know this, some wide receivers for the trading, such as Andy Isabella from Arizona and also James Washington were two of the bigger names that I've heard out there. And then Dan Campbell is looking to make some roster changes. He said, I can quote, "I don't want to get too far into where that will go as far as the roster, but we're looking at that." Campbell said, "I think we're going to shake things up a little bit." So I'm going to go to you, Statman, first. Your thoughts on those two topics?
Hey, I like Andy Isabella. I'm all for that. If we can make that happen, I'll be in love. Trust me. That'll be a heck of a move. Also about Dan Campbell saying he's going to shake things up a little bit. I mean, what else does he have to lose at this point? He's got to do something with the roster to show improvements and get wins at the end of the day. That's what it is. It's a bottom line league.
Well, here's where I want to go with this, because there was something mentioned also about what Dan Campbell said about Jared Goff in his press conference, saying that Jared Goff needs to step it up. So I'm going to go to you, Smoking Jeremy B. Is that comment that Dan Campbell said about, shaking things up, what do you think that actually means? Like, what is Dan Campbell possibly thinking of even doing?
Well, it could be starting Blau instead of Goff, but we've seen that show before when he started while Stafford was hurt. He couldn't win a game then. He has thrown 4 touchdowns out of 184 passes. He's completed 100 of them for 54%. He also has thrown 7 interceptions. So while we can all say that might be better, I don't think it will be. What I think he's talking about is some of the defensive miscues we saw. Will Harris, Alex Anzalone. Those guys are whiffing on way too many tackles and out of position way too many times. Maybe we're going to see Bobby Price go back to safety. Maybe we'll see Jerry Jacobs back at safety. It can't be worse than what they're done. And maybe he's going to bring up Anthony Pittman and Devontae Beckett to play the linebacker position, because they both played really good, hard and fast when they came in against the second and third stringers. Granted, it's lesser talent, but it can't be any worse than what we've had on the field.
I don't know, Smoking Jeremy B.
Don't forget, when he completed that statement, he also turned around and said, but Goff is putting all the weight on his shoulders, and he can't do it alone. We have to help him. So maybe that shakeup is the trades that they've been talking about.
Well, the shakeup, when he talks about Jared Goff in that press conference, he straight up hesitates, thinks about it for a second, and then says Jared Goff needs to, get better and blah, blah. And then he hesitates again and says something about the team, like he wanted to make sure that he included the team and not just single Jared Goff out. I think he meant for that, straight for Jared Goff no matter what, and then just threw the team in there. But I think, like Smoking Jerry B, don't you think that the way the offense has been playing, that maybe the roster shakeup or the changes he's talking about should be more offensively?
You can't have missed tackles. You can't have people out of place. You saw it when they were out of position. Alex Anzalone was all the way over on the other end, helping the other linebacker cover a tight end, which left the running back open for that big gash on the fucking screenplay they ran to him.
But our defense
and Will Harris,
has been keeping us in games, and the offense has not been doing anything.
I understand that, but we also see a lot of defensive mistakes too. So we see mistakes on both sides of the ball. The biggest mistake, hopefully he's talking about not letting Anthony Lynn call any more goddamn plays.
Well, let's get to the comments real quick, and then I'll throw it back over to you, Statman, because you look like you have some thoughts. Quinn Cook says, hearing any other names but those two, I'm hearing Gallup. Yeah, Gallup was one that was mentioned. Quinn, you're correct there. But not I think, Isabella is probably the best choice out of the ones that they've been talking about. Charles McLean says, was hoping he changes or play calling duties on offense. Goff does not look comfortable in Lynn's offense. And then he corrected play not okay. And Quinn Cook says, Barnes is playing amazing. He's ranked third in defense rating right now. And those are the comments. Statman, did you have further thoughts on it? It looked like you wanted to say something on that. No,
I was just nodding my head and agreeing.
Okay.
I mean, it's all stuff we've already said. So, we need something. So the roster shakeup, I completely agree with.
Does that not mean that Goff is going to be on a short leash this next game? Because they're going to start Goff against LA. They kind of have to. It's a chance for him to try and get some redemption.
I think if it gets ugly in the first half, I think Blau comes in for the second half. That's what I'm saying right now.
And I don't know if that'll be any better.
Yeah, it might not be, but it's going to be something different because you know they're going to get scrutiny after this game if they have a mess of a game against their former quarterback, Matt Stafford. You know how it's going to be portrayed in the media outlets and everything else. You know it.
I'm calling it now. The Lions lose 70-7.
That went up my nose.
We're live too.
Yes, I am. Yes, I know we're live. That's why I want it documented.
It's documented right now. Logan just shot Monster out of his nose. That's the best time ever.
It almost looked like a snot rocket.
My nose is flaring so bad right now.
That's why I love doing it live. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know. Hey, real quick, thanks to everybody that is popping in right now and watching. We appreciate everybody popping in and checking us out. Quinn Cook says also we would be in battle with a couple teams in a trade with the Cardinals. Yeah, but I think that the Lions need to really, really push for it, really push hard and make it happen. It is going to be a train wreck this week, fellas, referring to Cook referring to the Rams game. I think the Lions are going to win that game.
Oh, sorry. Did I laugh out
loud? Charles McLean says, if Lynn don't call plays, who in the staff could call plays?
Deuce Staley.
Dan Campbell can. He called the plays for when he coached at Miami. He also did the offensive game planning down with the Saints.
Bull Fan 44 says, laugh my ass off 70-0. I don't think it'll be that bad now.
I said 70-7. Come on, I gave him 7 points.
We're going to score once. We'll score
once late in the game against the third string defense.
Andrew, give me some of what you be smoking, bud. That was from Quinn Cook.
Quinn Cook.
You're just going to have to, put it in a box and mail it to him.
Any fan can smoke it. I have a 12-step addiction program. It's called the Hopium Addiction. Please reach out if you need help.
I reached out. It didn't help.
I know you're right back on it. You damn it.
I already been in rehab 3 times. 3 times. We got let's take a look at the injuries now. I know we talked about Nick Williams went out with an ankle injury during the game, but I also seen that Charles Harris was listed with an oblique injury, and I wasn't 100%. He was listed at the same time, so I didn't catch that. Either one of you two see anything about that at all?
Nope. I did not know Charles Harris had an injury coming out of that. Do they have him? Was he limited participant in practices or?
No, that's as of yesterday. So I didn't.
Oh.
That was pretty much the injury report right after the game. Those are the two.
That's pretty sad because he's been doing pretty good at getting pressures.
He's been our most consistent pass rusher.
Well,
we'll see what
I
happens.
think.
We'll watch the injury report this week, and we'll let you all know. Once the week gets further progressed, who's going to be, in and out on the pregame show, of course. We got Crazy Ken popping in again. It says mine's the best. Jeremy
His hopium.
Oh.
That might be what he's talking about. If you want some hopium, get it from Crazy Ken, okay?
Yeah,
he's got the hookup.
He gave me some last night. That's why I think the Lions are going to win. Good old Crazy Ken. Man, the comments keep coming in. And let's see what Quinn Cook has to say now. Julian is going to be bringing the smoke. He got his confidence up after that sack last week. Confidence.
I agree.
Confidence.
Oh, I love Julian Aquara.
Yeah. Logan has been a Julian Aquara fan since day one. He's always talked about him. And, you too, Smokey Jeremy, but I didn't know, till more recently with you. But for a year, Logan's been talking about him, and he's been playing really well. So
yeah, I just feel bad he can't play with his brother right now.
Right.
Quick, Crazy Ken said my dupes are the best. Crazy Ken, PG, man. PG, Crazy.
He's got a Colt 45 and 2 zigzags.
Statman, let's go ahead and take a look at your key stats. We have Joe Mixon, 18 carries for 94 yards, 5 catches for 59 yards, and 1 touchdown. Lions under 100 yards through entire first half, and the Lions 36 yards rushing the whole entire game. So break it down, Statman.
So one of my keys to victory was stopping the run, mainly Joe Mixon. And that obviously did not happen. Joe Mixon, aside from getting under 100 rushing yards, he ate us up all day long. Like our linebackers were not there. Second stat, can you pop those up again so I can see what the second one? Sure. Second one, under 100 yards through the entire first half. To be exact, it was 67 yards. Correct, Jeremy?
Yep.
And 60 yards in penalties. So literally we only had 6 yards of positive in the first half. We made Bengals defense look like the steel curtain.
The purple people eaters.
Yeah, when you look at it, when you actually take it, and we've had time to break it down now by the actual numbers, it's amazing to look at that stat and say that 61 or 60 yards was penalty yards? That's
61.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. And then my last and final stat, the Lions 30 yards rushing through the entire game.
36,
sorry. And that just can't happen. I don't think any team in history has won a game with less or 36 rushing yards in a game.
Wait,
I honestly...
And then there's more. 24 yards by Swift, 11 yards by Williams, and 1 yard by Goff.
Wow, kudos to Goff for getting that yard.
Hey, it was better than the sack that could have happened. He got out of the pressure.
Here's my thought. We have 2 running backs that are plenty capable of gaining way more yards than that. So there's obviously something going on somewhere.
They weren't.
That's the problem. They're not playing.
No. It was a total of 26 touches. It was an average between the two of 1.4 yards per carry.
It was just horrible. I mean, Jeremy, would you know this? Has anybody won with 36 rushing yards in a single game?
The last team I know that got 36 rushing yards in the game was the Green Bay Packers against us when we were at their house and won the first time in 2014.
Well, Charles McCain says
that was when we had
more of Williams and Swift on field at the same time. And Statman has mentioned this.
I've been saying this.
Mm-hmm.
I said he wasn't in a healthy scratch and he was available. I said use the full house and have Jamar Jefferson with Williams and Swift out there. That way they don't know who's going to get the ball.
Oh, man, that would be – I'm telling you, it would work because it works when Swift is in motion as a wideout coming across the field. They fake to him or maybe they hand off to him and then hand off to Williams or fake to Williams, then turn it into a pass. It becomes a run-pass option at that point. And I think it would work well with both of them in the backfield.
Yeah, the defense can't cover every one of them. So you never know.
What does Crazy Ken say there?
Yeah, Crazy Ken says, Stat, you haven't been smoking one of my dubs, have you?
No, but it sounds like I should be or something. I don't know.
Hey, Jeremy B., before we get on to your hot or cold players, there's a couple things I want to mention. But first, let's give our lovely sponsor a shout-out. How about it?
Special thanks to A1 Tire and Auto in Saginaw and in Bay City. We deal in custom wheels, new and used tires. The Saginaw location has window tinting to service all your car care needs. Mention the ad, get $10 off.
Beautiful. I couldn't have said it better myself, Jeremy B. You do it
We know.
So good. Okay. And the next thing I want to talk about, let's go to Statman. Thanks, Jeremy B. Thanks. Statman, that fancy hat you're wearing there and that fancy shirt. If I was somebody watching, where would I go to get me one of them?
Well, you want to start out by getting on what's called the internet and then type in www.wearelionsnation.com. You can find all the gear you need from We Are Lions Nation Podcast Live.
All right. Thank you, Logan, so much for that.
And I got something to say.
Go ahead.
And then, if all of you like us that much that you want to buy our gear, you should go onto YouTube and click that little subscribe button with the little bell. That way you get notified whenever we're on the air. Don't forget to like and share the video with all of your Lions friends.
Yeah, and we have not forgotten, people. We are still working on it. We got to get all the names of all the subscribers, and we'll be doing that drawing live on the air to see who won the prize when we got to our 100 subscriber mark for the first 100 subscribers. We'll definitely be doing some more giveaways in the future too. So keep that in mind and keep watching. Let's catch up here, guys. We have Charles McLean says, my contract up after this year at the high school. Maybe I need to apply for offensive coordinator for the Lions. There you go.
Yeah,
let's get
that wouldn't be a bad idea. Do it, Charles. I'd hire you.
Hey, Statman, looking good.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Who said that?
Yeah,
his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Amanda, how many dollar bills did he give you ahead of the show to you say that?
Don't listen to them, babe.
God, do we have fun on this show or what?
Yes, we do.
Man. God, we have fun on this show. I'm telling you, it's such a good time. Who else we got? We got Charles coming in saying, hiring Jeremy as my agent. There you go.
There you go, Jeremy. He knows how to deal with the numbers there. Get you the best contract possible.
He can work for you, Charles, except for Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights.
And Friday nights and Sunday mornings.
So,
oh, no. How cool would that be, doing the podcast out of the offensive coordinator's office?
Right?
Only $5, Logan? Come on.
What can I say?
Cheap ass.
I'm cheap.
Come on. Amanda, you did it for only $5? Come on. Oh, man, what is happening right now? What Chicken Nugget King, we have a lot to look forward to.
Yes, we do.
We do. God, man, I'm having so much fun today on this show. This is crazy tonight.
I've never had this much fun after a loss.
We gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. You can't dwell. You can't just be down in the dumpster. You know, it sucks so bad, but
we got to keep our viewers happy. We got to make you guys excited for the Lions. We're going to win this weekend, okay? We're going to win.
There ain't very many podcasts out there like us. So keep that in mind when you're trying to
Thank God.
You're gonna watch.
One of a kind. One of a kind.
Amanda says she's crying. Logan, you
laughing.
Made her cry. You made her cry, Logan. Yeah, those are the laughing emojis. We got Tom and Amy. I want to win something.
Well, you'll be in the drawing just like everybody else, as long as you're one of the first 100 subscribers.
That's right. Have to check your gear out. I just bought a Michigan J.J. McCarthy jersey.
That's awesome.
Yeah, check it out.
I just sorry, Charles. Nothing against you, but I just puked in my mouth. I'm a State fan. Go green.
Yeah, he can't help it. He likes gangrene.
Yeah, Charles, thank you so much. Check it out. Pop on over there. Just so anybody knows that the proceeds for any of the clothing that's bought, we use that for this show. It's a thing that we do. We made a promise. So any funds that we get go right towards this show and raising money to do special giveaways, things like that. So it all comes back. So just so you guys know, we're not just pocketing it. And like that was our plan the whole time. Try to make some merchandise, sell it, and use those profits to make the show better and, gain stuff for you guys as well, the viewers. So that's what we're looking to do. So, yeah, thank you. If you want, hop on over to wearelionsnation.com. Check out all the awesome merchandise we have. And we have more merchandise coming on the way too. New t-shirt designs, things like that. So keep all that in mind. And we got Bolt Fan 44 saying you guys are unique because other podcasts don't read everyone's comments usually.
Yeah. And we're not like that. We want to involve you guys. We want to make you feel like you're part of this show, and that's our goal and always has been since we started day one.
Yep. The whole point of this was to involve the fans as much as possible. That's why we do a fan show tomorrow night. And we just bring we welcome everybody, any fan that wants to come in, as long as we have room for you and you tell us in advance, we will bring you in the show so you can just open up and say what you want to say. That's what it's about. That's what the fan show is for.
Yes.
The fan show is also TVMA and uncensored, so you can let it rip with any of the F-bombs, whatever you want to do. Just don't make it quite like Cartman and South Park. But we understand obscenities are necessary at times.
Victor Lester hopping in saying, I just got a Michigan Tom Brady jersey. Go blue. Man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
We're those
Michigan stuff.
Fans,
come on.
Sparty fans. Come on.
You're looking at them.
No.
They're on the screen right now.
No.
Sparty right here.
Sparty.
Yeah.
Oh, green.
Hail to the victors, valiant.
Man, we're trying to get to the hot and cold players, but these comments, they keep coming in. It says, I love my We Are Lions Nation leggings. Awesome. Thank you. I told Logan I want to see what those look like. I haven't got to see them yet. So, let Logan send me a picture or something so I can check them out. And then we got Chris Green. What's going on, boys? What's up, Chris?
Chris Green, thanks for joining. Chris is a fan all the way from Windsor.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for stopping in. Victor,
we will see October 30th. We will see.
That's right. Yeah.
Gangrene is going wild.
We will.
Okay, I got to ask. With them both being top 10 teams, how the hell is this a noon game?
I would have moved it to prime time.
Just like the Lions versus Rams. Prime time.
I don't know. it could go south real quick, and then
I'd have sent it to London and put it on at 9:30 in the morning. I'd have sent it to London and put it on at 9:30 in the morning the way we're playing.
That way we can wake up at noon and figure out what happened.
Right.
You mean it's going to be a horrible, devastating loss to the Rams is what you mean to say, Smoking Jeremy B. Come on.
70-7, the Rams win.
Lions win.
You're way off.
Rams.
Yeah.
Rams.
Amanda says,
okay.
Nice, Victor. I need a Michigan jersey. Logan. Wink.
No.
Your wife
It
is
is
a
house
Michigan fan?
divided. Yeah, my
Yes!
wife is, and my middle son is, Dominic. He is a Michigan fan, too. I swear he does
That's
it to spite
fantastic.
me. No, I'm just kidding. He really loves the Wolverines.
Victor Lester says, I took a day off of work for it.
Let's go, Blue.
Hey,
Took the day off work just to watch them lose? Man, that sucks.
Next time you go to do that song, please let me know ahead of time so I can mute it.
No.
Charles McKinney says Michigan and Little Brother is at noon on Fox, so it's a prime time game.
Oh, I didn't realize it was going to be on Fox. Nice.
Andrew might want to get your head checked there, bud. Oh, man. Clint Cook just firing the shots in tonight.
Bam!
Man.
He's
feeling
coming
like
in
a
hot.
fan show tomorrow night.
Yeah, there was a fan show that was supposed to be happening tomorrow night with Clint Cook's name on it, but I don't know.
Well, then, if you don't want to run it, send me the link. I'll run it right here.
I'm talking about who's going to be in it, Jeremy, not that I'm not going to run it. Who's
Oh.
gonna be in it? I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
because remember, we can only accept 7 fans. There's 3 of us. That means that only 10 in the show.
what we'd like to do when it comes to the fan show for everybody that's watching right now, and please pass this on. We would like to have a list of people that would like to be on the show. That way we make sure ahead of time who we have coming on. So what we're going to start doing is posting a post on our We Are Lions Nation podcast Facebook page that clearly states if you want to be on the fan show this week, let us know. Comment your name.
Comment here.
And we will put you on the list for that week. That way there's no fighting and back and forth. We get whoever, we can get as many people in as we can. And then whoever doesn't get in, we'll put you on the list for the next one. It'll work out just like that. But you have to participate in that post to let us know that you want in. Victor says, at least you got 2 smart people in your home.
No, that's not.
Come on, Drew. Quinn Cook says. Hey, nobody calls me Drew but my aunt. I haven't heard me, I haven't been called Drew in a long time. So that's kind of funny you said that. I will say this, since we're talking about family and rivalries in your home real quick. I have a son that's a Packers fan.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I wouldn't have
You're
a
in
son.
trouble. You're in trouble.
I wouldn't have a son. I wouldn't have a son.
He's younger. He doesn't watch football per se. I think he likes the Packers just because they're opposite of what I like. I think it's
Or maybe
he likes the color of moldy cheese.
Yes.
Or he might have
Okay, got
friends influencing him
cheese.
at school. It's
Yeah, I'm
probably
gonna have to
friends
call-
influencing him at school. You're gonna have to talk to the principal about
I'm
that.
calling the school tomorrow.
That's uncalled for.
That's what it is. It
What
might
are you
be
teaching your
the
kid?
teacher.
Amanda says, yes, we do. Heart. And Victor Leslie says, where did you go wrong?
I was born in Lansing. I have to
I think he was
represent
talking
the
about
home
Drew.
team.
I think he was talking about Drew
Oh yeah,
and
Yeah, I
how
don't
he
know
could
what
let his
happened.
son be a Packers fan.
Charles McLean saying my ex-wife was a Buckeye fan. Now everyone sees why she's my ex-wife. LOL.
Yes, because I'll tell you what, I love Michigan. I tolerate Michigan State, but I loathe OSU.
And I'm going to agree with you there. I think that's one thing that Michigan and Michigan State fans can agree on is that if Michigan's not playing Michigan State, I root them on 100% because they are a Michigan team. But
Right.
if they're playing each other, it's State all the way. And Ohio State, that's why I got to say to Ohio State right there.
So wait, if I remember right, they were both agricultural schools when they were created. Michigan came out first, and the nickname was Caltech. 5 years later, Michigan State was created, and it was called the other one.
Man.
That's actual facts. That's actual facts.
Put him backstage. Put him backstage for a minute, man.
I got to do my hot and cold players first.
Yeah, we are going to do that right now. Well, we got another comment coming in. Victor Lester says the only thing we agree on.
Yep. Ohio State sucks. You go south till you, or you go, for me, I go west till I smell it and south till I step in it.
Oh, man. Now, let's get back to the NFL and the Detroit Lions and get to
yeah, sure.
Smoking Jerry B's hot and cold players of the
State sucks.
Oh. Smoking. We were gonna do Smoking Jerry B's hot or cold player of the week, but it's kind of hard for him to do it when he's muted. Just one click away, my friend. You're just one click away.
Hey, I was talking about Ohio State.
Mm-hmm,
oh,
sure.
okay.
I heard you say Michigan State.
Oh, I just said State sucks. Didn't say which one.
Hey, Smoking Jerry B, go ahead. Let's read off your hot or cold players.
All right, our hot players was Derek Barnes. He was our leading tackler. Amani Oruwariye for 3 passes defended and a pick. And Julian Okwara applying the heat to Joe Burrow, unlike most of the rest of the team. Our cold players. Oh, God, I can't even read it.
We got the O-line, the wide receivers, Anthony Lynn, Alex Anzalone, and Will Harris.
Oh, yeah. We had Alex Annalise, who, like I said, out of position, couldn't tackle the running back, couldn't cover the running back, couldn't cover anybody with a blanket. Will Harris, kind of the same thing. He was always out of position. That's what led to that big run after the catch on the screenplay. The O-line, I don't know what happened, but we had 4 holding penalties, 2 on Sewell, a false start and a hold also on Hawkinson, which is unheard of. It was abysmal. It was abysmal. And, of course, the play calling of Anthony Lynn. How do you run Swift up the middle and Williams to the outside? How do you not do something that was successful from the weeks before in a scaled-down playbook? I wanted to put Goff in there, but when you have a dummied-down or scaled-back playbook, I said this in our post-game reaction show, the quarterback is given the reads on who he's supposed to throw to on every play. You have your hot read, you have your second choice, and you have your check down. Evidently, Anthony Lynn didn't realize that Hawkinson should be the hot read on every frickin' play now that Cephas is out. He didn't realize that St. Brown or anyone other than Raymond should be catching a pass. Because Raymond has had the drops he's all season. He's leading the team with 11 drops.
No.
And also, out of the 14 incompletions, 6 were absolutely abysmal by Goff, but 8 of them were drops, including one by Swift that probably would have let him take it all the way to the house because it hit him dead in the hands. There's no excuse for that. Same way we lost the first game of the season back in 2020 versus the Chicago Bears. But that's because the defense gave up 27 points in a quarter. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot argue with those hot and cold players at all. I'm right on board with that 100%. I think we all know where the faults from last week were at. The question I always wonder is, I honestly don't think I tried to give Goff as much, I tried to be behind him as much as possible, but
8 drops. 8 drops out of 14 incompletions. If those drops don't happen, we actually make 7 more first downs. 7 of them were first down catches.
I'm not the only one saying it, Jerry B. You had the head coach
I understand that.
Calling him out.
But he also said at the same time, after he made all those comments, and I posted it, and you neglected to mention that. That's why I brought it up. that Goff is putting the weight of the team on his shoulders. He feels horrible already, but we're not doing enough to help him. That we, as in the coaching staff, not as in the players, the coaching staff has not been helping Goff. And that is why I don't think the shakeup of not starting Goff happens yet.
No, I don't think Goff is not. I don't think they're going to take Goff out at all. But I think it. Okay, then from what you're saying and from what I'm saying, if you put it all together, that means that there's a lot that Jared Goff still has to fix, and there's a lot everybody else needs to fix to help him.
Absolutely.
And then maybe we'll see a totally different quarterback back there. But there is some things that Jared Goff needs to work on, definitely. And the receivers got to stop dropping the ball. I mean, that's huge. And I agree with you 100% on that. I'm just going off of what I seen. If you watch that actual press conference, it does not look like he is trying to refer to anyone but Goff and then tries to correct it at the end, is what I seen. Jared Goff did comment about what Dan Campbell said, and I don't have it with me. I don't know if did you guys happen to see that, what he said?
I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was still fuming after the post-game reaction show.
He said something along the lines that he does need to get better. He's not lying. He does need to get better. Something along that line.
Yeah.
And I said all along, and when the trade was made, and everybody started going, well, Goff has been to the Super Bowl. Goff has won playoff games. I said he was on a team that won those games. And a couple of those games, they won despite a Goff. We don't have the team to cover up mistakes. Whether it's Goff, whether it's play calling, whether it's whatever, we do not have that team yet. They're not on this roster.
That brings
so
me
that
to
being said,
you remember when Statman Smoking Journey B said, what if you bring in David Blow? You don't know what's going to happen. We didn't know how Goff was going to be until he started. We don't know if changing the quarterbacks could change things up too. You never know until it happens.
8 games played in his career in the NFL. 184 passes thrown. 100 receptions. That's 54% completion percentage. 4 touchdowns thrown, 7 interceptions. You know who he is? He's a lesser version of Jordan Love.
Statman?
I don't know. I mean, I was just feeling like if this game with the Rams gets out of hand in the first half, I don't think Campbell has a choice but to put Blau in. I don't see them starting Blau. But from here on out, I feel like if Goff doesn't perform, he's going to be sitting the pine.
Well, let's catch up on the comments, fellas. Real quick, Jeremy B. Quinn Cook, have MRI Friday and see the knee surgeon on the first, fellas. Kind of scared and nervous. Hey, Quinn, best of luck to you, buddy. You got just hang in there. Take it one step at a time. One step at a time, my friend. You're gonna get through it. I know it. You're gonna come out. You'll come out all right. I have a good feeling about it. And then Quinn Cook says Mahomes now leads the NFL in INTs. Right?
Yep.
We got Charles McLean. My ideal lineup, and did this in Madden last night. I went with Hodge, Allison, Bolden, Kennedy as my wide receivers. I lost to the Rams 21-20.
Not bad.
Quick Cook says, first thing Goff needs to do is read defenses better. Charles McLean says, if Campbell thought Blow could win, Goff would be on the bench.
Yep, I agree with you. I feel like the coaches at this point, Goff is the better chance to win.
Yes,
starting the game.
And that's Goff what I'm trying to say.
Better chance.
Look at this. As bad as he's looked, he's still completing 67.9% of his passes total for the year.
I feel like he's been too conservative with the deep ball.
Yes,
that's I think his biggest downfall.
An NFL analyst broke that down on NFL Network. He said the problem is there's nobody getting separation since Cephas went down. We have only had a player get open 10 yards downfield with separation 3 times. Twice was a reception. Once was the pick on that great play by Kendricks. or against the Vikings when he did the one-handed grab jumping sideways. So technically, if you look at that, that's not bad. That's 66% completion. One great defensive play stopped it. That's the only 3 times receivers have had separation downfield. The one thing you have to look at is all 4 years Goff has been in the league prior to that, he never took a shot downfield unless the guy was completely open.
Because what it
That's
sounds like
smart
to me
football.
is that Goff doesn't like to take risks, and not put the ball in.
Because he doesn't have Matt Stafford's arm. He doesn't have that fastball.
I'm going to agree. What I was trying to do is agree with you, Smoking Jerry B, in that it sounds like Jared Goff doesn't like to take unnecessary risk unless he knows it's a for sure thing, is what it sounds like you're saying. And I want to make something really clear. I'm not against Jared Goff by any means. I'm just trying to show both sides of the story, both points of view from where it could come in at both ways. Because there is a quarterback sitting on the bench that could come in or could not come in. There's just different scenarios that could happen, especially with Dan Campbell talking the way that he's been talking. So I was just trying to bring up the different scenarios that could happen.
I expected this out of Goff because of the roster. And I said it when we traded for him.
I don't know if I got this up here or not yet. Quinn Cook says, thank you, fellas. And Charles McLean says Isabella runs a 4.2 or 4.22 speed. He can be the deep threat Goff needs. Hodge is fast as well. Not sure why he don't see the field much.
He hasn't been getting open.
No, but that's my biggest thing, though. We've seen it so many times with Jared Goff. He doesn't look. He doesn't look around. He stares one receiver down. He has a receiver in his head, and he stares him down the entire time. We've seen it many times. He needs to fix that.
Yeah, he does. But has he been able to be comfortable in the pocket the last 3 games the whole time? The amount of time he's had has shrank considerably. He's under pressure more.
I think that the last 2 games probably more. You've seen, especially Sewell messing up a lot last couple weeks, but before that, he had plenty of time, and he was still doing the same thing.
And now let's stop the whole, we can move Decker when he comes back speech. We need Decker at left tackle. That's what I see.
Yeah, agreed.
I think we got exposed on our offensive line, especially with some of these defensive stunts on the line.
Yep.
It's been really killing our offensive line. If you watch all the pressures that are coming in untouched, it's off of those stunts. Our offensive line just needs to adjust.
The biggest thing is Goff didn't have to call out protections before because Ragnow was doing it. He was the one that was recognizing what people was doing. And so he's been hurt for 3 weeks now, and we're seeing the results of that. People know what to do because no one's reading it and no one's calling out the protections properly.
Well, that would make me say, their leader is out, but is not Jared Goff supposed to be a leader?
I think he's a temporary leader.
He's a bridge quarterback.
He's not meant to be on this team.
I've said it more than 3 years. He's meant to be here 2 to 3 years during this rebuild.
So basically,
that's why they restructured him.
Is a filler.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to do it with the Stafford trade.
Jared Goff doesn't see it that way.
No.
Jared Goff wants to be better, but unless we have a complete team for him to look good, he's not going to look good. That's what I'm trying to say. He's only looked good when he's had a complete team. Look at the way they're.
Let me ask you this. Let's say Tom Brady comes into Detroit right now. Is Tom Brady successful?
Probably not with this whole line. With the exact same people, probably not. Now. He might win a third of the games.
So that would be the same thing with Matthew Stafford when he was in Detroit. It's all the same. Because we don't have a team around a quarterback, we can't win football games, and that quarterback can't play well. It's because we don't have a team around him, is what you're saying.
Stafford would be hurt right now.
Yeah, Stafford would be injured already.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just making sure I'm on the same page as everybody else. Maybe everybody else is wondering.
I'm just saying this roster top to bottom, is still less talented in the skilled positions than last year's roster.
I gotta say this to all the people,
game.
to all the people that hated on Stafford the whole time he was here. Congratulations, you got what you got. You got what you wanted. Stafford's not here, so you have nothing to complain about. This is what you wanted.
Charles McLean said that's on Brunell to work with Goff on about looking for secondary receivers. Yeah,
it is.
I guarantee they're working on it with him every week in practice, but for some reason he gets in this mode and he can't change it. He can't get out of it, and he has to be able to snap out of that.
It's pressure. If you look at LA Rams history, when Goff had time in the pocket, and when I say time, he has a long release. He needs longer than 3 seconds to get rid of the ball. They've been working on that. He's been getting better at that. He's been getting it out faster. Now they got to start working on the decision making, because what's happening, Les? When he's getting hit, has he fumbled anymore?
Not really.
No.
And he was under pressure and being hit a lot of that game. He did not fumble.
I'm honestly surprised he didn't fumble it.
Right, especially on that sack. That sack was nasty.
Charles McLean says Goff should not be judged this year because he has no wide receivers and a fair defense. Goff should be judged next year.
That is exactly what I've been saying all along, is that this year, and they even said it when they traded for him, that Goff will not be judged this year very highly because it's a rebuilding year.
And I'm going to stop with the criticism of Goff. I'm just going to see how this rolls out. I was one of the guys that was all stoked up about Jared Goff coming to the Lions because he went to the Super Bowl and all the same anecdotes that everybody else said. But I feel like as a game manager, a guy that can win games, I think he is that guy. He can manage a game. I just think he needs the right play calling, and Anthony Lynn needs to get some help for Goff, especially when he's got the wristband, he's looking at the plays. That tells you right there they dumbed down the playbook, like you said, Jeremy, and they're making it all real simple, kind of A, B, C, D, E. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, the plays they put on there are the ones from Matt Nagy's playbook, and it's not working.
The Tecmo.
If you look real close on the wristband, it just said "run, pass." That's all it said.
No, there's way more on there than that.
I agree with you. I love what Logan, Statman, what you just said, because that's exactly where I was at, and I'm still there. I think Goff shows potential and shows that he can do some talented things. I just think all I'm saying is that he just needs to correct a couple little things, and I think Goff will be pretty good.
And he also shaking up the roster may be why he's looking for the speedy receivers to trade for. Think about this. They also said they're going to go more up-tempo, because up-tempo, Goff is a different player. Mm-hmm. We've seen it. When they went up-tempo against San Francisco, they put up 33 points and nothing flat.
Yep.
When they went up-tempo in the second half versus the Ravens, they took the lead. When they went up-tempo against the Minnesota Vikings, they took the lead. When they went up-tempo in the other,
was talking about it.
Yep. If they go up-tempo and they start running it like it's the 2-minute offense the whole game, I guarantee you defenses won't be able to key off on the cadence, because the cadence is different when you're in up-tempo. Right now, it looks, if you look at the reaction time from the defensive line to the offensive line, the defensive line knows the snap counts. They are actually into the offensive line before they're set to block.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, obviously we can see that there's got to be some changes, and we know where they have to be. And I hope Dan Campbell is referring to Anthony Lynn when it comes to changes. We got our man, Mikey B, in the house, commenting, saying, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Mike Birch? Thanks for coming."
What's up, Mike?
We got Dan Leonard. I didn't want to bring this one up, but I'm going to do it anyway. Dan Leonard says Lions suck.
It's
I mean, it's true right now. The way they're playing, it says they suck.
No.
Yeah.
He's speaking truth at this point based on what has been put out there.
Yeah, I mean, the way they play, no. I can't ever say it, though. I don't know. I just can't say it.
I know, it's hard to say, but...
Charles McClain,
okay, how about...
trade for Isabella, get Cephas back. He then has a couple good receivers. See how Goff does then.
Yep.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We don't have anybody on this team that can blow the top off of a zone. We need somebody that defenses can't keep up with. What that does is that frees up that underneath stuff that he does so well. Because if they're worried about a guy that can blow past them, they're going to double him, which is going to free up Swift, Hawk, Williams, St. Brown, and everybody underneath. And then you'll see Goff be able to actually open up and look at other receivers because he'll have time not to worry about the pressure because they're not going to be able to pressure with speed.
We got Mike Burt saying, awesome hat, Logan.
Thank you.
And Dan says, I wouldn't say anything about your team. I wouldn't say about my own. And I was gonna make that comment to you.
Yeah,
Dan.
I agree, Dan.
It's not
Dan,
that they're not playing well. I just cannot physically. I can't.
I am so ecstatic that you guys paid Galladay.
And we didn't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, before we get off here, fellas, another special thanks to everybody that's been sitting here for the last 56 minutes on this show watching. It hasn't changed since it began. So thank you all that stuck in and watched tonight. We appreciate that. And before we get to the stat man, I want to go down to, I don't know why I said stat man like that. It was kind of weird sounding. I don't know. I want to get to this comment that Dan Leonard just put in just now.
Is that a bunch of these emojis?
Back at you. No.
We got
all in good fun, Dan.
I want to go down to Smoking Jeremy B real quick and ask you, Smoking Jeremy B, you know, if you're new to the show,
right here. There's this little button here. It has a bell next to it on YouTube. I'm going to click subscribe. While I'm subscribing, since I like the content, I might as well hit that like button. And then I'm going to share it to whatever Lions group, or whoever my fans are. I'm going to share it with everybody. I'm going to share it with fans of NFC North other teams just to say, hey, look, these guys really love their team. They're actually trying to make a difference. They're trying to educate.
Yes. Perfectly said.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, Jeremy B. So good at it. So good.
So I guess it's time for what everybody's been waiting for.
We got to bring this comment up. Bolt Fan 44 says subscribe, best podcast.
Yes.
You rock. Bolts fan. You know,
anytime you want to come on the show, you just let us know.
I personally am a Junior Seau, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Antonio Gates, and I was even a Phillip Rivers fan, but I just couldn't be a Chargers fan. You know why? I don't have a second team in the NFL.
Yeah, Bolt Fan 44, that comment means a lot, buddy. So thank you so much for...
That's the comment of the day.
Yep. Dan Lara says, I shared it in a Bears group the other day and got booted.
Well, that's because they're the only team in the NFC North that has a worse O-line than yours. Oh.
Crazy Ken says, absolutely. Let's go ahead before we get too far into it anymore. Let's go ahead and shoot it over to you, Statman, to take us out of here, buddy.
I know it's what everyone's been waiting for. You know, you love the end of the show. So let me give you this fight song for you. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rah, 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 go hard, win the game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go Lions! One pride, baby. Thank you all for watching.
Beautiful, beautiful. Before we go, we got Victor Lester. I'm surrounded by Saints and Cowgirl fans, so always nice to hear fellow Lions fans. Hell yeah, Victor.
Hell yeah, Victor.
44, all good. I miss my Chargers being in San Diego, being a native. Still support my team, though. Charles McLean says, go blue, Michigan all day. Mike Burt says, my favorite part, the song. Tom and Amy, thumbs up emoji, heart, heart, heart. That's 3 hearts, so that's 1 for each of us, not just you, Logan. Not all for you.
Thank you, Ma.
And
love you.
Wolfman 44 saying, rah, rah, rah. Hey, for Smoking Jeremy B, the Stat Man, and myself, it's easier to point to myself, the Soul Man. This has been We Are Lions Nation podcast recap show. Thank you all for joining in, and we will see you guys tomorrow night for the No BS Real Talk. Well, the Real Talk No BS fan show. Rated
All
TVMA.
adult fan show.
Rated TVMA tomorrow night. Join us for that, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. We will see you all there. Good night, everybody.
Hit us up if you want to get on the show.